What a week it has been for the ArcRaiders community. We just got the Cold Snap update, the Flickering Flames event, changes to blueprints, and the developer confirmation that got a lot of people talking. I've been away for a couple days fighting off a cold, but I am back now, and I'm feeling much better because this past week in ArcRaiders was packed with updates and news. If you're into ArcRaiders updates, breakdowns, and weekly recaps, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to catch me live, check out my streams on Twitch at Clean Sanchez Media, where new Twitch drops were just announced, including a vintage mic backpack charm, which as a podcaster is an instant W, and a black eye paint, face paint that looks clean as hell. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with one of the most talked about moments this week. A recent article confirmed that ArcRaiders analyzes player behavior and uses it as part of matchmaking, something players have been speculating about for a while now. And according to the developers, the game looks at how you play, especially how aggressive you are towards other players, and then matches you with other players who have similar play styles. So if you're someone who pushes PvP constantly, you're more likely to end up in lobbies with other aggressive players. If you're more focused on looting, surviving, and avoiding unnecessary fights, the game tries to match you with players who approach the game the same way. This is strictly in-game behavior tracking, not personal data or anything outside the game. It's a system meant to shape the kind of encounters you run into, rather than leaving everything completely random. And what's notable here is that Embark actually confirmed this publicly. Instead of letting it stay as speculation, whether you love the idea or hate it, it does explain why some players have noticed changes in how their raids feel lately. And that's a confirmation, straight from the devs, and now it's out in the open. It's something every ArcRaider should be aware of from here on in. So now let's move on to the Cold Snap update and why it's been such a big shakeup for the game. The Cold Snap update is easily one of the coolest updates I have ever seen in any game to date. This might be one of the biggest updates that we're going to be talking about from years to come, or however long this game survives. But before we get into the gameplay changes, there's something quick I want to point out that you might have missed. If you log in, over in the corner, you'll see a message from Embark letting you know that you can unlock an exclusive ArcRaiders cosmetic just by playing the finals. And it's actually super simple. It's actually too easy. All you have to do is play 3 matches of the finals, and that's it. And once you've done that, you'll unlock a brand new Rider outfit variant featuring a red jacket, a salvage black backpack, and a soccer finals ticket charm. No crazy challenges, no grinding, just 3 games and you're good. If you play both games already, this is literally a no-brainer. Now let's talk about the update itself. Cold Snap doesn't just add a new vibe, it changes how the world feels. And the atmosphere is cold, it is harsh, it is intense, and it really pushes that survival aspect of ArcRaiders even further. So during some of the game, some of the time, the 7 hours that I played yesterday, the raids just felt heavier, they felt slower, everything just felt deliberate. I mean, we had to stop every couple of seconds just to get warm again. And it's interesting too, because there are little areas that you can get warm at. Outside, I mean, like little corners, those little concrete tunnels that you see in Buried City and so on. Especially when you're trying to manage fights, loot, and extraction all at the same time. I'm loving this update. It is actually very fun. I feel more tactical. I feel more ready to go. Now let's talk about the Flickering Flames event, because this one is all about survival, community, and getting through the harshest part of winter. And below ground, the human spirit is still hanging on. Despite food shortages and rolling blackouts, survivors gather to light candles, share war stories, and appreciate what little they have left. That's what the Festival of Flickering Flames is all about, keeping hope alive when things are their worst. And at the center of this event is the Candleberry Bush. Now to me, this kind of sounds like their Christmas and New Year's event. Lore-wise, like in the universe of ArcRaiders. And for the people of Speranza, candleberries are incredibly valuable during the winter months. Boiled down, they create a wax that burns for hours. Crushed, they turn into juice. The roots can be brewed into tea to fight off even the worst colds, and they're used for stews, soups, perfumes, soap, and even festive decorations that give Speranzas a small reminder of topside's greenery. And right now, Speranza needs a lot of them. Your job as a raider is to head topside, collect candleberries along with other essential survivor items, and donate them to help keep Speranza going through the toughest month of the year. Now, if you're having issues looking for candleberries, I've been able to find them. Obviously, you can only find them in the cold snap events, but just look for wooded areas. They literally look like it's like a bush with bright red berries on it. You can't miss it if you see it from afar, and they're scarce. So if you're going to raid, go in there a lot so you can get all these candleberries. And candleberries as special items can be redeemed for raider tokens, new items, rare utility gear, weapons, cosmetics, and merits. And on top of that, you'll also earn merits by doing what raiders do best: surviving raids, visiting any topside location and earning XP. And more merits means more rewards. So yeah, this event speaks our language. So here are some of the donation steps. So step 1, you need 20 candleberries, 5 durable cloth, 1 empty wine bottle, 25 plastic parts. Step 2, 50 candleberries, 3 candle holders, 1 industrial battery, and 3 light bulbs. Step 3, 60 candleberries, 10 duct tape, 2 film reels, 5 snap blast grenades. Step 4, 60 candleberries, 2 coffee pots, 10 fireball burners, 2 water filters. And step 5, 70 candleberries, 2 frying pans, 7 mushrooms, 2 music albums. Now, a lot of these items can be found within apartment buildings or even just wide open warehouse maintenance style buildings as well. And as far as the trinkets, you know the deal with that. But each step of this pushes the festival forward and unlocks more rewards, including the high-tech hiker outfit and a space wrench, which is a skin for your breach tool, which I think is really, really dope. And if you're already looting and raiding consistently, this event fits perfectly into your normal gameplay loop, just with better rewards and a little extra meaning behind it. This event, the Flickering Flames event, runs from December 16th until January 13th. All right, now let's talk about the actual Cold Snap update, because this patch is huge, and there's a lot here that genuinely improves how ArcRaiders feels moment to moment. Instead of reading every single line, I want to focus on the stuff that actually impacts gameplay, quality of life, and progression. So the big quality of life changes are, listen, this is a massive win. You can now reset your skill tree. I know a lot of people were talking about this. Even myself wanted to kind of go back and fix some of my stuff in my skill tree, but with expeditions happening in the next couple days, that will not matter. But skill tree resets are available in exchange for coins. 2,000 coins per skill point, which finally gives players flexibility to experiment with builds without being locked in forever. Another huge quality of life change: you can now toggle aim down sights instead of holding it. And if you're on controller or just prefer toggle ADS, this is a game changer. Your wallet now shows the credit soft cap, which is set at 800 creds. And Bark made it clear this is to stop players from hoarding cred and instantly unlocking future raider decks. But importantly, no cred earned before the cap was added is being removed. Now, another thing about this is that you can now purchase items from Shani using your creds. And you could buy things like firecrackers, fireworks box, surge shield rechargers, and much more. Let's talk weapons. The patina got some much needed love. Durability burn per shot was massively reduced. Magazine size increased from 20 to 22. Reload time reduced from 5 seconds to 4.5. Dev notes say this is to make the patina less dependent on a secondary weapon, especially in PvP. And durability now feels way more in line with other assault rifles. And the Rattler got a very small buff too. The magazine size has now increased from 10 to 12. And this doesn't turn into a close range monster, but it does help its PvP time to kill at lower levels while keeping its intended playstyle intact. The Shredder received several fixes and improvements, like reduced knockback from weapons, better movement, turning, and navigation, improved combat responsiveness, more destructible parts, increased head health to prevent weird break behavior. In short, Shredders should now feel less janky and more threatening without being unfair. Spawn logic across maps has been improved, especially in Stellamontis, to reduce players spawning way too close to each other. I have been through this way too many times where I just spawn in, I open up the door, and I'm getting shot across the hallway. Blueprint and item spawn rates in Stellamontis were also increased, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later towards the end. And importantly, the Aphelion blueprint has been moved from the Matriarch to Stellamontis entirely. Security lockers are now dynamically spawned across all maps instead of being static, which should help variety and replayability. There is also a ton of fixes for players falling through terrain, loot spawning inside walls or underground, doors appearing closed when they weren't, reconnect spawns putting players right next to each other. Basically, maps should feel more stable and more fair overall. Audio got a big polish pass, like improved footstep sounds a priority, better directional audio for arc enemies, fixed missing or broken sound effects, and yes, they removed that unsettling mom ambient sound from the Esperanza Cantina. And some UI improvements include clearer HUD markers, better inventory behavior, cleaner tooltips, a new cinematic graphics setting for high-end PCs, motion blur intensity slider, and then there are a ton of crash fixes including AMD-specific issues. Overall, the Cold Snap update feels like a stability and a polished patch just as much as it's a content update. Less jank, more flexibility, better balance, and clearer progression systems. This is the kind of update where the devs aren't just adding new content, they're tackling the game's biggest issues head on and actually improving the experience. One other big talking point right now is the expedition. You know, a lot of us, like myself, donated a lot of items that were able to do this reset, get some of these buffs, and get the new outfit. Now, it has finally been revealed that we are getting the Patchwork Raider outfit, and after a bunch of speculation and a bunch of images that were flying around, we now know that the tutorial outfit is the Patchwork Raider outfit, and that's the outfit we'll be getting for Expedition. We'll also be receiving a Scrappy Janitor hat, an Expedition's indicator icon, skill points depending on stash value, and a plus 12 stash space, and those are permanent unlocks. And for the temporary buffs, we get a temporary 10% repair buff, 5% XP boost, and 6% more materials from scrap. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's talk about the new Raider deck coming with the winter update. Starting December 26, ArcRaiders is getting its second free permanent Raider deck called the Goalie. Just like the first one, this deck is completely free and unlocked by earning cred topside. No limited time pressure, no paid track. As you progress through it, you'll unlock Raider tokens, items, and cosmetics. Not everything has been revealed yet, but Embark did show off the flagship cosmetic from the deck, the Goalie outfit set. According to the lore, this is an old world outfit that some Speranzas believe was worn by the world's most fierce and respected gladiator. Whether that's true or not, who knows, but visually, it goes hard. The set has that rugged, old sports meets survival look, and it also comes with a brand new hockey stick Raider tool, which is easily one of the more unique tools we've seen so far. Even though we haven't seen the full Raider deck yet, this already feels like a strong follow-up to the first one that we just had, and the fact that it's free, permanent, and progression-based is still a big win for players. And finally, let's talk about the blueprint situation, because this is something a lot of players have been noticing, and one creator in particular really dug into it. The Gaming Merchant recently put out a video breaking down blueprint drop rates, and according to his testing, there may have been as much as a 500% increase. Now, obviously, the loot is still random and unpredictable, but the data he shared is interesting. In one of his tests, he opened 370 containers and found 19 blueprints in a single day. And I'm going to be real with you, on a good day, I usually find one. Most days, I don't even find any at all. But here's where it got weird for me. In one run at Bluegate, I personally found 4 blueprints in a single raid, and one of them was inside of a console. And that honestly threw me off because I've always believed that blueprints don't usually spawn in consoles. Those are typically where you find rusted parts and lower tiered loot. So seeing a blueprint pop out of one caught me really off guard. Now, I could be wrong here. If you found blueprints in consoles before, let me know in the comments. But between my experience and the gaming merchant testing, it definitely feels like something has changed. This lines up with the patch notes too, where Embark mentioned expanded blueprint spawn locations and increased availability in areas that were underrepresented before. And while I was finishing up this video, getting ready to upload it, a new update came up at 4 o'clock in the morning on December 18th, where the devs addressed the blueprint drop rates have been slightly lowered, but are still higher overall than before the 1.7 update. So they did fix this, and Hidden Bunker has been re-enabled. It's kind of amusing to imagine that a small coding quirk could have led to this unexpected situation. If you want a full breakdown on raw numbers, I'll have the Gaming Merchant's video linked so you can check his research yourself. It's definitely worth a watch. And that's going to do it for this week's ArcRaiders recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown or found it helpful, make sure you leave a like. It really helps the channel out, and subscribe if you want more ArcRaiders updates, patch breakdowns, and weekly. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Cold Snap update, the Flickering Flames event, and especially the blueprint changes. I'm curious if your experience matches mine and a lot of others who are playing today. And as always, leave a like and subscribe, and check me out on Twitch. Get your ArcRaiders drops today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you topside.